Alright, we're going to go over the basic stuff to keep your two-stroke running. People bring me bikes all the time, no air filter, all kinds of stuff, and ask me why their bike's not running right. So, alright, so we're going to need, first of all, it's always good to have a backup air filter. What you want to do is you're going to take your old air filter out, sorry about that, your old air filter out, like on the CR500, it's dirty. So undo the wing nut right there, take it out, take the air filter off the cage, the air filter cage, and you just use Dawn, dish liquid soap. Clean it out real good, let it dry overnight, and then put it back onto the cage. What you're going to want to do is, before you put it back on your bike, take this grease, marine grease, high temp grease, whatever, and you're going to put a bead around the lip. Nice bead around the lip, that way it seals to the bike. Alright? Remember that, grease on the lip. A lot of people don't do this. Alright? You're going to spray your Fab 1 air filter oil on your air filter. Nice coat, and then wring it out with your hand, squish it out. Alright, you don't want too much. Alright. Chain lube. You're going to want this. And whenever you spray your chain lube, you're going to do it. Let me see some light, baby. You're going to spray the chain lube on this part of the chain. And just rotate your back tire. You know what I mean? Spray it on the upside. And after you're done with that, spray it right here. Spray it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. All the way. Okay. And you're going to want to use 80/90 gear oil. I have to use 90 weight. That's just a personal preference. It really doesn't get cold down here, but in Florida. I get the cheap shit right here because I change it every 2 or 3 rides. Alright, now, go on that side, please. Now your drain bolt for your gear oil is going to be right under here. Right up under here. Showing drain bolt. You can look at the back of it. That's it. Your gear oil drain bolt is right here. You see the drain bolt. It's either a 14 or a 17, sometimes a 19 millimeter. I'm not sure if this one is. Alright, once you drain that, you're going to open up your cap right here. That's where you're going to fill it at. And this right here is a 10 millimeter. You're going to take this loose. This is your fill. This is how you're going to tell when the gear oil is filled enough. When you start filling it here, when you get it filled enough, it's going to start dripping out of this bolt right here, this bolt hole. That's when you know you're full. Like if I tip this CR250 right here, you'll see some gear oil starting to pour out a little bit. You see it right here. Okay, so we're nice and full on that. But make sure when you're filling this thing up to fill it up slow, because you don't want to waste your oil. And like I said, if a stream starts coming out of oil, let it all come out until it stops dripping. That's how you know it's full. Put the shit back on real quick. And if you want to change your coolant, every few rides or whatever, this is going to be your coolant drain bolt. It's got a copper washer behind it. Make sure you don't lose that copper crush washer because you'll be leaking gear oil and coolant. Alright, this is your drain bolt right here for the coolant. Might not be the same on your bike, but one of these bolts will be different. Like this one's got a Phillips head, 10 millimeter. These are all 8 millimeters for your water pump cover. Alright, spark plug. Where's spark plug at? Spark plug, I think I went over this, but it's a BR80S. All right. Most 125s, 250s, 500s, even CR85s. You know, sorry, not to go Honda, but most 85s use the BR8ES or BR80G spark plug. You can change that, you know, every few rides or whatever. All right, what else? I'm trying to think real quick.
Distribution and mix.
Yeah. You know, I mix my gas 93 octane, or you can use Rec 90 with no ethanol. It's going to be 4 ounces to every gallon. So that's 32 to 1. Or you can run 40 to 1. But I opt to go a little bit richer. You know what I mean? So, because I ride hard. But 40 to 1 is good also. That's like 2.8 or 3.6 ounces, I think. 3.6 ounces to every gallon. Something like that.
3.2.
Yeah, 3.2. Let's see, what else? Yeah, on the 2-strokes, you want to make sure, you know, you go over your bike. Most of these are 8 and 10 millimeter sockets. It's metric. Yeah, these 2-strokes vibrate a lot, so just go over the bike and make sure that, you know, everything's tight.
Springs.
You know, springs on the header pipe up here, you want to make sure they're still on there. What else? Let's see here. Yeah. What else? Yeah, so we went over the spark plug, went over the air filter, coolant, gear oil. That's pretty much it to keep it alive, you know what I mean? If you want to do your brake fluid, what I recommend, this is just me, you can either use, I won't use that, .3.
To the left.
I use the silicone .5 brake fluid, or 4.
The big one.
You can also use, you know, whatever.
Right there.
This one?
No. Right here. Back towards me.
Yeah, you use it .4. Definitely don't use .3. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. Also, if your clutch cable gets tight, you can use, let's see here. Brake, if your clutch cable gets tight, you can use the, let's see here. Chain and cable lube, silicone protectant lubricant. So this is for your cables. You know what I'm saying? Just take it off here and squirt it down to here and pull the your cable up and down. Also, you know, disconnect it from down here. Yep. And depending on what kind of air filter you're getting, an Oni or a Motul, you can use this too, the air filter cleaner. But I use Dawn dish soap and let it dry overnight. Plus it's cheaper anyway. Also your chain slack, because you definitely don't want your chain falling off, because that'll crack your case or break your foot. I gotta put a chain slider on this bike, but right here is gonna be the back of your chain slider. Like on this bike here, you got your chain slider. You want 3 fingers. I got big ass hands, but 3 fingers from the back of your chain slider is where you want your chain slack to be at, okay? That's where you want it to be at, 3 fingers. Just like that. And this is how you adjust it. 12 millimeter, 10 millimeter, loosen that lock nut, and then just take your 10 millimeter and bring these out to tighten it. And make sure you lock this back down. What else am I missing here? I'm trying to think. Anything else, Amy?
No, you're good.
Let's see here. And also you want a little bit of play. You want a tiny bit of play in your clutch. Because once your bike heats up, the clutch plates expand. And what they're going to do is it's going to pull your clutch cable in. So it's going to tighten this up a little bit. That way, you don't snap cables, mess your clutch up. So just adjust that. You just take this lock nut and go in for more slack or out for less slack to tighten it. And then make sure you lock that back down. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, just comment. I'll do my best to answer them. Alright.